What is going on, everyone? Drag here. So today we are going to break down a very simple, very easy to run loop defense. This is going to be out of nickel over. It does also work out of 3-3 over. So if you're in like a 3-4 playbook or a 3-2-6 playbook that has 3-3 over, it is something that will still work. The play that we're going to run is going to be sim pressure 3. Very easy to run. You're only sending 4 people. Adjustments are very easy. Now, you want to go ahead and make sure auto flip is off. That way we make sure the same person is looping every time. Now, we'll advise that on my loopers, I specifically like to use quick jump as well as takedown. Takedown helps to kind of counter extender that a lot of quarterbacks use right now in cut. So you also want to use, if your opponent is a heavy trips runner or like Y trips runner, the shell that you're going to want to use is cover 0. That way, basically with cover 0, they won't press and they'll align correctly with the receivers on the correct side of the field, while also still giving us this same looper. So let's dive into it. All right, so let's go ahead and touch on how to set up the defense. To begin, I usually will just shade my coverage down. What that's going to do is basically just turn off any match so everybody will play their zones how they're supposed to. Now for the defense here, it's very easy. You just shift your linebackers to the right, shift your defense to the left, and then you can contain if you want. So let's let the defense run out here. You can see here he comes right through the gap. Let me go ahead and show you this in the replay. You can see with this defense here, it's coming super quick. Like I stated, I like quick jump on that linebacker, so he's going to come in even faster. Now, there are some things that you can do in case you're worried about your opponent rolling to the right, just because this is kind of overloaded on the left-hand side here. You can spy this guy on the right-hand side if you want, and let them run it here. You can see the blitz still comes in. That's just a terrible user by me. But you can see the blitz comes in even with the spy. Let's hit that replay. And then just in case they try rolling to the right, you send the spy at them. What's great about this defense is you're only sending 4 people, so you're not giving up a lot. Let's do it again here. You can do something like this with your shells here. Have it look like that with the cloud on the right and the deep half. And then you're basically just using the left side with your user. You can see it's screaming. Quarterback broke the sack, but you can see it's humming. So we are going to show why we use the cover 0 shell. So another popular shell that a lot of people, including me, use on defenses is cover 2. We won't use the stock default shell because it'll give away that it's a cover 3, and then your opponent's going to have a field day. So you can see if you come out versus like a trip set in the cover 2 shell, what happens is I can't shift my linebackers to the right. Like this outside linebacker will go there, this guy won't. So you're going to have to waste a bunch of time moving this guy manually, and that's just going to basically let your opponent quick hike you. And then from there, it's just going to cause a lot of problems. Obviously, the blitz would still work here, but it took me a lot longer to set it up. So looking at cover 0 and coming out here, you can see everybody's in position. Now, there will be some adjustments that you have to make here and get used to. I'll just kind of cover a stock shell that you can use versus like a trip set. So let me show it to you now. We're going to set the blitz up. So you can see it looks like this. What I'll typically do here, I'll shade down to turn off the match. I'm going to put this guy here in a deep half, my user in a purple, and then simply just put this guy in a vert hook or man him up to the vertical route and trip side end. If you're worried about somebody like running an RPO, you can move him up and man him up. You can put him in the hard flat, put him in the vert hook. It's kind of up to you and what you have time to make adjustments and how used you are to it. But from there, the blitz would still come in. See right there, here it comes. It's screaming. They don't have a lot of time at all. Basically, if you notice that they are not throwing to the right side, you can sprint left with your user. If you notice that they have like a corner at the tight end spot, you can just switch stick to somebody else in this. And then the same thing applies to like wide trip sets. It's the only thing that really gives this formation a little bit of difficulty. Is just because it's all stacked on one side. Everything plays normal against like bunch though, but just because it's much closer to the line of scrimmage. But you can see this is what it looks like versus wide trips. So if you set up the blitz here, it looks like this. All I'll do here, I'll put this guy in like a curl flat or a hard flat. This guy, you can put in a yellow. You can man him up. And then I'm going to lurk this side here. If they have an out route or tend to put a lot of out routes on the solo side in a wide trip set, you can cloud flat this guy here. You can go ahead and D-pap this guy and then simply just third this safety. So it's giving you a nice shell here, something to basically counter your opponent very well, and then you're going to user this general area. Like I said, you don't have to stand anywhere specific with this defense. Everything should be set up for this defense to come in. I'm not certain exactly what happened there, but we can run it again here. Like I'm already done setting it up. And then they're obviously going to run the play. You can see here it comes. Hit the quarterback in the backfield. Alright, so I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys do appreciate my content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like today's video. If you have any comments, definitely make sure to comment below. We get to them as quickly as possible. We'll see you next time.